Alright, so the Spider-Man piece, the viola part, it's really hard. So I just want to give you kind of an overview of my expectations and what to really focus on and how to prioritize as you're preparing your music this summer. Um, so the 16th notes here on this first page, starting at measure 15, it's important. So I do want you to really practice from 15 up through measure 23. Make sure you can play that up to tempo. When you get to measures 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28, so these from here to here, it's really hard, and I think that it's not going to be worth the time to try to get that up to tempo. You should practice it slowly to make sure you have it in your left hand, and then we may modify a few things there. So I just don't want you to get carried away and spend a lot of your time there. The purpose of these videos here is just to show you where to really be working and where to you just put some of these other things off a little bit. And the reason is because this in here, it's really hard to get clean, to get in tune, to get fast enough, and it's not really worth the time, because it's not going to be heard. There's so much else going on there. So if you can play the first note of each beat or the first couple notes, that would be really great. So we want to keep sound, and we want to keep tempo and the right chord. So these are arpeggios, so it's important you're playing the right notes and in tune, but it's less important that you're getting every note. This last line is a bit more important. So you can look at this and see a whole page of 16th notes and think, well, it's hard to differentiate. So that's why I'm doing this for you. 15 through 23, I want you to be able to play at tempo, really good. Same here, these two measures, really good. These few measures, not as important. So don't spend a ton of time there. Okay, just go slow on those parts, just to make sure you have an understanding for how that goes. All right, we opened it up here, and when we get to measure 39, this section from here to 49, we're going to divide this part within the viola section by three. So you're either going to play the first beat of each measure, the second beat of each measure, or the third beat of each measure. And the reason for this is because it's also very hard to play all of them at tempo, and it's a really important part that we need to be able to hear the notes clearly, and they need to sound good. So one person will play the first beat, another person the second, another person the third, and that way we have everything. So you'll need to ask me for which beat you should be preparing. Don't do them all. It's a waste of your time. Just find out which one, and then you'll know where to start practicing there. When we get to 49, we'll stop dividing it, and you'll need to play all of this. This is hard, and you'll need to practice that. It goes pretty fast. And then when we get to 65, this section, 65 all the way to the end of the triplets, it's also really hard. The fingerings that I put in, I think, are going to be the best, although they are not necessarily that easy. So I want you to, as soon as you get this music printed, which should be as soon as you're seeing this video, print the music and begin working 65 to 89. That's really important. It's got to be really in tune, and it's really hard to hear to kind of hear what's going on there tonally, as far as the chords and one chord leading into the next. So you'll want to start slow, likely you'll want to start with a chromatic tuner, and you want to make sure that you're really secure in your left hand. You know where every half step, whole step is, when you have to cross strings, how far, any extensions where you're shifting. You want to be really sure about that. So I just want to really highlight this section as one to be practicing. The end, the 16th notes are quite easy, so I don't anticipate you having any trouble with the rest of the piece. But the first two and a half pages are really difficult. So that's hopefully that helps to kind of pinpoint what I'm looking for and what I want you to be spending your time on. Good luck on this piece.